What's up, this is People 30 with another Rome Total War battle. I'm playing Hunted Star, and yeah, I'm using the Roman Scipii again. This is like my usual favourite army, with these cavalry, 2 units of heavy cavalry, 1 unit of Roman armour general, 1 unit of gladiators, 4 units of archer auxilia, 6 units of 6 units of Triarii spearmen, 5 units of urban cohort and 1 unit of legionary first cohort. As I said before, I'm playing Hunted Star, and he's using Gauls, which is barbarian army, located in France. Let's see what he's using. He's using how many here? Has he got a load of chosen swordsmen? So I think that's 9 chosen swordsmen. Not sure. Don't have time to count. 6 barbarian noble heavy cavalry, and 1 barbarian chosen warlord heavy cavalry at the back there. And he also had these 4. Was it 4-star Summit Warband? Well, they're archers, and they was hiding just then. So we start exchanging missile fire at the start here, and yeah, he moves his cavalry to my left, so I move back my Triarii in a defensive position. And he moves his cavalry on the right up towards my auxilia, so I keep my Triarii quite close, so even if they did attack, I've got to get my Triarii up there to back them up again. And yeah, he attacks my archers, but they run down, and my spearmen try and get them. And I move up my cohort behind to get ready for the attack and put them into studio mode, so his archers will be able to get them. It's my favourite bit. Here we go. It's just awesome. Anyway, I keep Triarii up there. I've chased him away with my cavalry, so I got my Triarii there in a wall, just waiting for him. I still know there's some guys there, but I have them there waiting for him. When they're coming up, I'm gonna get them, but they're not attacking at the moment. I'm just gonna speed this up a bit. Laggy when I speed it up, but oh well. And then his horses are there, so I put my wall here ready for them, and then I attack. But he just skims past me, and it goes for my testudo cohort. So I have to exit testudo mode and then try and attack him. But I bring in my Triarii as well behind him, and he starts to rout. And then he brings up his 2 units of cavalry against my 1 unit of Triarii, but I also attack with the other unit. And then he starts to run away. On this side, he just moves his cavalry outwards while I try and regroup my troops up here to advance. I get my Triarii back in the line, and then his stop running, and then they attack me again. Just the cavalry is getting quite annoying now. And he's sending in arrows at the same time as while I am attacking his cavalry. As you can see, the testudo's doing pretty well. Just like bouncing off all the arrows. But I still need to regroup again and then move up. So he attacks again with his cavalry, but then they ran away. And I was about to throw javelins, but I didn't. I went back into Testudo mode. Formation or whatever. And then he attacks again. And this time I was just like halfway getting into Testudo mode, so he did that little trickery, but he only runs away again, you know. He keeps going in and going out because I send in my Triarii against him. And then I just leave these out of formation, out of Testudo, because in case they charge again, then I'm just going to attack them. And then I'll move up again. Up again for you. He attacks again with his cavalry on this side. And then I've got my Triarii to come in and get him. Over here, I'm getting my urban cohort to attack his heavy, no, his warband. It takes out a couple of them, and I do the same with these. Get them all in formation, and I get my Triarii on either side lined up against his cavalry. He attacks then with his archers, which is a bit stupid because they're just going to die or run away straight away, and that caused the rest of his army to fear because of the routing. So yeah, takes out them. Froster, whatever it's called, warband. Don't know where they got their spears from though. Like, oh, I got a spear, and it pop out their pocket. Okay, so those 3 units start to rout, and then I've got 1 unit over here left over. So then I attack in the front here with 2 units, and I don't think I meant to, but I did, and then I sent 1 unit over to the left and 1 unit over to the right. And then he charges with his units anyway, so you know, it's a big fight. And he's got his chosen swordsman, which aren't that good as Legionary First Cohort, but he's fighting with them. I got 120 Legionary First Cohort, and he's got like 53 in a squad. And he attacks with his cavalry, but I got 2 squads of urban cohort here, so I think I'm going to be alright. Over here he keeps attacking with his cavalry, which is getting a bit annoying. So I get on my spearmen against them so they run away again, and I send in my cavalry against his heavy infantry on that side, and they start to rout. Over here I've got the chosen swordsman versus my Triarii, which is kind of bad, but it's just going to keep him busy. And we're kind of winning the battle in the middle. Got units starting to rout. Over on the right we're losing a bit, but we're doing okay. And then I bring in my cavalry from behind to try and like get them all to rout. And then he brings in his cavalry, so I bring up my Triarii. When they try and charge, so I just try and stop them. And now all his units are like fleeing because his general just ran away. His horses just charged through my Triarii to go against my urban cohort. But my urban cohort still stay, and then their cavalry starts to run. And there's just this unit left which has 2 units of Triarii against them, so they're probably going to die. Okay, this battle's nearly done, just gotta forward it, because we're already at 9 minutes. Okay, so I just gonna regroup my forces. And he's still got these guys here, which are going against my Triarii. These Gauls, they only a fool could lose this battle, and I kinda got all of them. So he's bringing in his cavalry, got killed off my Triarii, but I send in the rest of my cavalry, and there's Triarii against them. So they start to run. Go play it now. And then So we try and get his last unit of heavy cavalry, which is right down the end here, so I'm just charging in my units with my cavalry. And here I think he's kind of given up, so I'm just going to hold this a bit. Keeps running, it gets kind of annoyed, so he just stops and then attacks me. And then, yeah. His final stand. And then he runs away.
From her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
That was third battle. So rate, comment and subscribe nicely. Peace.